What's up, everybody? Today we are doing a new type of video that I'll be doing from occasion, where I'll be looking at smaller artists and some songs that they've released, and helping them get out there, get out there a little bit, and having some new listeners. These bands are any type of genres. They're smaller bands. It can, bigger bands like that have like 100, like 10,000 monthly listeners. But today's bands, only one of them, two of them, I'm picking two of them. One of them has like 25 monthly listeners, and the other one, they do a lot of covers. And I think it was maybe around, I can't remember, I actually remember what it was, but they have two new singles that they released, original singles that I'm going to look at today. So yeah, this series will just be looking at smaller artists, and a lot of the times I won't be able to show their music off because it's not on YouTube, but I will be talking about it a lot and really suggesting you guys listen to these artists. The first band is called Sinclaire, and they are a band from Minneapolis that creates like lo-fi garage rock music, and their sound is pretty sick. Daniel Hughes, Sophie Ballman, and Mauricio Hernandez are the three members of the group. 2 years ago in 2020, they released their first EP, Graveyard Friends, and then 2 years later, in 2020, they released a single called Emu Planet. So I'll be going over all of it, the EP and the single. It's just 6 songs, or 7 songs total, with the EP being 6 songs. So let's get into Graveyard Friends. The first song is called Control, and this song is the perfect start to an EP. And it bangs because there's like really like sick ass distortion on it, and it's so fucking heavy, and it sounds sick, and it sounds dirty, and I love the chorus, and I love how you have to listen to it for sure. I love how when the chorus sets, he leans into it and then comes to the end of the phrase. The phrase is very long, with just one word, and that's so genius and so smart. The bass is awesome. Again, the tone, I love the vocal distortion on the tone, because the Strokes did that a lot in their early albums. The first 2 albums, they had distorted vocals, and I love that a lot. I love things that are rough and that aren't perfect, and that's why this song is a banger, and it gets a 9 out of 10. And then Voices follows up. Now, Voices is probably the worst song that they've released out of all of their songs that they've released. I don't like the vocals. I don't like the way the song sounds at all, except for the little guitars in between each vocal like verse. That's probably the only good part about this song. And I also think it's a little bit damaging to have a song this slow and not really clicking together on the second song of your EP. I think it damages the structure a little bit. I think if they slotted it down a couple like 2 more and had it like be fourth, I think the EP would have felt a little bit more structurally better. But it's an EP, so I can't really diss it that much. But regardless, it gets a 5 out of 10. So A Little Closer follows up. Just a little closer. Now this one is like a mixture between the first 2. It's got this still heavy distortionist sound, but it's also a little more laid back than the first one. And I think it sounds pretty good. It's not as good as the first one, but it's a huge step up from the second song. It's also very simple, with just a really nice chorus to it and a good chord progression to it. I'm liking the sound of this album, the sound of this band so far. They've got a lot of potential to it. 8.5 out of 10. Then that leads to the 4th song on their EP, Kill Myself. Now this song, I love the fact that it's not in 4/4. I'm pretty sure it's in 3/4 or 6/8. Either way, I love how it's kind of swinging a little bit, and then it's not original like 4/4, not common time. The keyboards in this song are really fucking good. I don't know who in the band decided to have the keyboards in there, or who's playing them, but it sounds fucking great. It's a genius idea. It changes it up a little bit. It's still like a little bit of distortion, but I also love the lyrics. I love talking about the depression and how they mention other people too, how it affects other people. I love this song a lot, and this is the first song on this EP that I'm like, not the first song, but this is like a song where like, my God, this shit is actually so fire. 10 out of 10. In the Dark follows that one.
You watched me follow up the stairs while I pretended not to care and caught a glance that gave me shivers.
So In the Dark starts off with this really nice drumming to it, and the bass comes in and the keys come in, and it builds up to this nice chorus. Again, this reminds me of a little bit of the Strokes a lot, and that's fantastic. That's awesome. I love it a lot. This is a pretty good song. It's an 8 out of 10. And then to close out the EP, they finish with Don't Wake Me. This song starts out super simple with just some guitar strumming. The vocals are always great. I love when he's singing "Please Don't Leave Me." It's like slow. I love it. Again, I love the phrasing that they use. It's really nice. And then I love the tone of these songs. This EP was, as much as it's not popular, it's impressing me. And while again it's a simple song, it's still super catchy and it's still a good song that I like listening to. 8 out of 10. So Graveyard Friends was a pretty good EP. It's got a little bit of some flaws to it, which is not a surprise and it's not expected to be perfect at all. I do love the sound that they're coming with, and I love the way that they're progressing their songs and the phrasing of their songs and the distortions. But I still feel there's some things lacking back. Like some of the sounds are the same, or some weird little melodic phrases that don't really click that well, and that can tire you out pretty quickly. But this is an 8 out of 10, and it's a really solid start to what I hope to be is a successful career, because they have a lot of talent. Unfortunately, though, their single Emu Planet is not great. I don't like their new sound. They switch sounds a little bit. There's some weird ad-libs in it. I think it's their worst song they've released. I don't like it. I think they can make experimental sounds work with some garage rock sounding still into it, because I think the distortions what makes them sound so good. But I don't like this song. It's a 3 out of 10. But overall, River Sinclaire has a lot of potential and a lot of talent. You need to check them out. You need to tell your friends about them. Great band. Then that leads to our second artist / band for the day, Stranger Boy. Now, Stranger Boy is a duet band, and they do like some alt rock, pop, punk type of fusion. They're from Nashville, Tennessee. And I found them on TikTok from their covers, because they do a lot of cover songs to it. But then on August 10th, 2022, they released their first original song, Lover Boy. And then on October 28th, they released their second original song, 21. And then next spring, they will be releasing their first debut album, and I will be sure to check that out. So Lover Boy is the better of the two of them. It's a pretty simple song, but it talks a lot about love, and I like the lyrics to it. And the pop rock sounds pretty good. It's pretty catchy. I do like it. I think Mark Needman helped them out a little bit. I think we're that on their Spotify page. And I mean, it shows that they have a great sound to it. They sound very tight together. It does sound a little bit simple, a little bit 2000-ish. But I think this shows off some of their good traits to it. They have great singing and stuff, and they have a lot of promise. 7.5 out of 10. Then that leads to 21.
The girl is only 21.
Now this song carries the topic over of love and women. There's some weird ad-libs in there that don't really fit well. There's this part where there's talking, and then I don't like the vocals, or I don't like the melody afterwards and the lyrics. I'm not sure about that part. This song is a little bit worse than the first one, but I will say that other times I listened to it, it sounded a lot better than the first time I listened to it. The production, again, is amazing, and they do sound very tight and in sync. So we get to 7 out of 10. So Lover Boy, they have a lot of potential with them. They are great instrumentally, and vocally. Now, I'll be really excited to check out their debut album in spring. But yeah, these are the two bands that we have for today. Again, check them out, listen to them, tell your friends, because they might be the next big thing. You never know when a person's gonna be the next big thing. And these are two bands that certainly have potential to be the next big thing. They have released great music, and they're instrumentally and musicianally amazing. Go check them out. Follow them on Instagram. Listen to their streams on Spotify, YouTube, whatever. Watch them and listen to them, please. So that'll do it for today's video. Again, I'll be doing this, I think, probably every Wednesday or so. If you have any smaller bands or artists that you'd like me to check out, please comment them or DM me at Cove Productions Sam on Instagram. I'm very excited to check out more artists and different bands. I already have a couple more lined up, but again, hit me with any of them. I'll listen to them and I'll rate them. Thanks for watching. Take care.